Hey everybody, Chris here. I have a short but really important message about how leaders need to be reaching into their toolkit for levity during times of crisis. There's a few reasons for this, and we're going to get a little bit into the neuroscience of this and why it is so important. First and foremost, like everything else, leaders set the tone. And if you're somebody who's treating this crisis with every bit of appropriate seriousness, don't forget that there is a big benefit to creating levity as part of the environment around this crisis that we're so focused on right now. And leaders set the tone to make it okay for others to have levity with the work that they're doing. And that is so important for the sustainment of what is looking to be a very long-term approach that we all need to dealing with this crisis in our country right now. People, no matter who you are buried in information and warnings and worry. And as one of those people, you may have heard or have said yourself, you're going to take a break from news or take a break from social media. Well, what we know about how the brain works is that doesn't really help by itself. The reason for that is it's like when you're asked a question about a movie and you can't quite think of the title, and then hours later that title will pop into your head. It's because your brain will continue to try to solve a problem it's presented with until it comes to that solution, consciously and subconsciously. So it's so important that if you do give yourself a break from social media, that's not all you do, because your brain is still going to say, I need answers, I need answers, I need answers. And it's going to return to news or social media or worry about not getting potential answers from news and social media. What you need to do while you're unplugging from social media or other news is to give yourself something else to think about, even if it's short or if it's quick. It can be a meditation or it can be levity. And is a lot of science to back what levity can bring to your life. And I'll hang my head on humor for a second here. We know that humor actually has a biological effect that can help the body fight viruses and raise its own immunity. We know that humor can reduce anxiety and create a better sense of our own well-being. It can diffuse anger that you have towards something totally different. It allows that anger to let out. It strengthens your resilience. It strengthens your relationships, and it can also help fight isolation and loneliness. Now, some people watching this may be working from home and be in some sort of a self-quarantine or other isolation, but you might also be in a really busy clinical environment and still experience loneliness because we're detaching ourselves. One of the main things we do during a crisis is we put these blinders on and we just focus on the work and the task at hand. And before you know it, hours, days, weeks can go by where that isolation has deepened. And there's a lot of work around to support that. So what I want to bring up as a notion of levity, just as a tip for the day, take it that way, for all leaders, National Day Calendar, .com. And this website gives 3 to 6 of these national days every day of the year. Like, did you know today is National Panda Day? I didn't know we had pandas in our country, but we have a National Panda Day. It's also National Introverts Week, so let's lean into the irony on that one, everybody. And my personal favorite, I cannot wait until this Wednesday. This Wednesday is National Awkward Silence Day. Yeah, see what I did there? So I highly recommend as leaders for you, for your team, for the sake of everybody who needs to find ways to sustain for the long term our current psyche and our current situation. Look for opportunities to bring laughter and levity. Don't be afraid to bring levity. Don't think that it's inappropriate. There is biological backing to be able to use humor and to be able to break through some of the loneliness and some of the isolation that people all around us are experiencing right now. So leaders, levity is an important tool in your toolkit that needs to be dusted off and brought back out in times of crisis.